This tutorial is by Cooper Collier, lead programmer with waterswebworks.com. Please visit our TeamDesk expert listing if you need assistance or have any questions, and we'll be happy to help.
So, in between the videos, the tutorials, when nobody was looking, I came in and made a copy of our relations with all the data in it. Then I came in and removed the references. No longer a reference to or a relation to contacts. We go into contacts, there's no reference column here, and there's no references down here. So remember, before we made the reference by going to contacts and we said, make me a reference company. So then we could select company. This time we could do the same thing with the relation. We go on the relation and look, we go and pick company. And here we have a choices. So these mean that this contact here, this person could be in multiple companies. So Fred could actually work at McDonald's. He can also work at Hardee's because he's an undercover spy there. And he can work at Taco Bell because he's really busy. This one here says that each company has multiple people in it. So these could all be employees or something else. Okay, so for each person that we're making here, we can only pick one company. And that is a bit confusing. And then we have this one down here, bottom, which we're going to ignore right now. We'll just concentrate on these two. In this case, what we want to do is we want to pick a company per person. So think of that. We're going to be here, and we're going to pick a company for this person. So we'll select that one and click Next. So we have this view now. And if you remember, this is the view that shows you everything about the relation. When you make a reference, this is just automatically filled in. And we have to remember when we make the reference to go back into this and change the name so it makes sense later on. And we're going to quickly see why we changed the name. In fact, at this point, I am going to leave the name blank so you could see what happens. Right here, this picks what's called the proxy column. Typically, you want to leave it default because that's going to pick what you picked as the name of the table for company. Here are these choices, and you have different choices here, and you can change your default picker, which we will show you what that means later. But I want to show you how this works because this will make sense here. But what you want to do is simple choices are great when you only have a few things to pick from and you're using a computer. If you have lots of things to pick from, or you have a mobile device, this is the best choice. This choice you want to make every time if your people are using phones to get on the database. They will love you if you pick this. If you pick this, they will hate you. We've experienced that before. This is good. This is bad on phones. So we go over here. Right now we want to create new column. So it's going to make a column just like the reference one did. Details view, we're going to pick references. Now, what are we getting now right now? We're going to pick employees, let's say. And I want to save it. I want to hit the save again. There. And it comes up and I want to hit back. Let's take a look at this real quick and look. Under references, we have company referred to company and a lookup to company name. I go to companies. I have a matching relation or selection, company contacts, ID, employees, reference to company view. Is that the same as the other one? Well, let's take a quick look. I'm going to go to the top here. and go and open the original. And it is not called original, that stuff. I do have a lot of things in here. This is all my testing databases where we test out ideas for these classes. And we test out ideas for clients before we actually impose our changes on people. So I'm going back in here in this setup, and I'm looking at companies where we made it with the reference. In this case, I go down here and select ID, wow, and click here again. It doesn't have the name because I didn't put the name in there, but overall it's exactly the same. Right in this section, because we haven't made any summaries, but it is the same. If I go to the contacts, it's the same. Contacts, it is the same. Go out here and we refresh it. And now we have employees here. I'm looking at a company. If we go to contacts, we can view. There's no company for this person, but we can edit it. And now, before we would select, now we have to start typing. But this is what this one does. You start typing and it pre-fills in and you can select one. And I'll show you the differences here in a second. But there, I picked it. If I go to this company, just like before, I have employees. They are the same. To stop confusing, I'm going to close this one because we're working in that copy right now and changing stuff in the copy. So we're working here. So we did the same as we did with just the reference alone. But why would we use a relation over a reference? I'm going to show you because sooner or later you are going to have to understand it. So let's go to our companies here. Our companies, we have employees, but this company is a complicated company. And a person in the company or people in the company, they can be employees, but sometimes they could also be on the board of directors. Or maybe the company has I don't know, a fund team, and they're on the fund team, and we want to be able to select that. Well, right now, we really can't do it at all. So this is one way that we can actually accomplish that. And I'm going to show you this for this sort of thing. It's not necessarily the best way, but this is a way to do it. So we're going to do this way. We're going to hit the relation again, and we're going to go to the second table, and we're going to pick this one. Still not going to put a name in there. This time we're going to leave it as simple choices. We're going to pick this, and we're going to tell it to create a new column. And say I save that. I get an error. Why did we get that error? Because it is trying to make a new column called company. And it can't do that. So fix that, we have to cancel this. And there's two ways to fix it. What it's trying to do is it's trying to make a new reference column up here called company. So one way to fix that is to change the name of this to, employee of company or something. But what we're going to do is we're going to make a new column, and we're going to call it Board of Directors for company. And it should be text. If we're going to make a column that's going to end up being a reference, it needs to be text. Let me save it. and we save it again. Good. We've made it. Now, if you look at it, it just says that, and it says text. It doesn't say reference because we haven't made the relation yet. Now we can go down here and make the new relation just like before. Pick companies. And I'm going to do this one again. I'll leave it at simple choices. And I'm going to pick that column. I'm going to do and we're going to be the members like that. And then remember, this is going to be the view that shows up under companies. So save that. Now let's go back and look at a few things. One thing it did is it right up here, it made this into a reference. Now remember, when it's a reference, this is only going to hold the ID of the company. This one here is going to be what's going to show when you show it. Bad name, company 1. It doesn't match. So what we want to do is change this to, can't change it to that, but we can do it, DOD for company name. Is that going to be right? There we go. So that actually matches this one, but it gives us the name of the person. See? Now let's go take a look at what that looks like when we're looking at people. So let's go back to our person that we just used. Now we can say, hey, she's actually the board of directors for our company. So let's edit her. And we're going to pick the same company just for fun. So for this company, she's the employee and on the board of directors. We save that and we go to the company, which I can do right there. Look at the company. Now the company has employees, also has board members, which is her. I can go in company contacts, pick a different person here, edit them, and make them. Now, hey, look at that. This one, remember, I made it simple choices. Now, we click here. Now, consider the fact that maybe this is a really long list, and I have to scroll, scroll, and scroll. That's why. And also think of it if you're on a phone and you have to hit this down and then move up and down here and select one of these. It's kind of difficult. That's the difference, other than typing it up here. In this case, this person might be a employee of this company, while is actually a board of directors over here. So when I save that person, I can go to the company and try to find the company. I don't even remember which person I did it in. Did I do it in this one? No. When you're demoing, it's kind of hard to remember what you're demoing. Okay, I know I put people in here. So now I saw this person as employees and this person as board members. There we go. Now, going back to setup, I want to show you one other thing. If we go back to companies on this side and go look, we have two references. Which one is which? Right now, we can tell just because of this, but let's say I was foolish and really want to call them the same name. So I take out the and call it Now I look, select company ID. These things are so close together. That's different, but other than that, they look the same. This is why we go into here and we call this one employees for company. Once we do that, we can easily see that this selection matches this reference on this side. So we can see which ones match much easier by naming them. That's why you want to name them all the time.
This tutorial is by Cooper Collier, lead programmer with